on this Thursday, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be, to the launch of the Microsoft Phoenix Community Challenge. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope the spirits are high. I hope the note-taking is immense. I hope the fingers are ready to start getting some applications in. And it is really good to certainly see those of you who have your cameras on and maybe hear from those of you who don't. So a bit of housekeeping in the first instance. First of all, if you could, because we're all really good at this etiquette by now, and we have somebody on the call who's going to be super good at it, Graham, looking at you. If you could all just put your background onto mute, just to allow for any background interference. I currently have two dogs playing right beside me, so they clearly didn't get the memo. My apologies. And also, as Adonis said, we are going to record today's launch. Obviously for you all to have a little look back at, but 100% for everybody to share out across their network. Okay. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do is use the chat function. Okay. It is there for a reason. We love to chat. We want to hear your questions. We may get to them in the moment because we've got about 50 minutes. But if we don't get to them today, we promise you that we will get back to you tutti sweetie. Yeah, soon after, as Jerwan said. Okay, is that all good? All good, all good, all good. I can't see anybody, so that's how I like it. I'm just going to say yes. And Neve is telling me that all the peeps are in the room. Beautiful. Okay, happy, happy days. So we have a pretty busy 50 minutes or so to get through because today is the launch of the third, year 3 of the Microsoft Phoenix Community Challenge. We have another $50,000 to give out to communities across your beautiful place to start and replicate a whole range of ideas. We have 14 ideas in this year's portfolio, some of whom you might recognize from previous challenges, lots of whom are going to inspire and motivate you, and all of which I want you to submit an application for. So to get us going, Adonis, you are first up, if you may, to say hello to everybody, say hello to your team, and listen, tell us a little bit about what you love about this challenge, what's getting you really excited, and also where it fits into the context of all things Microsoft.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen. I'm happy to do so. And good morning, good afternoon, everyone. If I hadn't had the pleasure of connecting with you yet directly, my name is Adonis Trujillo. I'm working with the Microsoft Data Center Community Development Team as the community lead for our Phoenix area. I'll start off by sharing that this is the third cycle that we've had with our ChangeX partners. And every time we've launched this grassroots effort, there's been incredible uptick across the community. We see amazing participation. The first year, I think we had 27 different projects launch across the community. And then last year we were at 19. And so we're hoping for some high numbers again and some big impact across the community, all driven by local efforts. And so it's imperative that we partner with these kinds of initiatives because we do want to actively engage the community. We want the community members to really take over ownership of the change they want to deliver in their communities. And some of the projects we work with are with organizations that have been around for quite some time, and they're at a kind of creating impact at a larger level. And so it's really important that we focus on these grassroots initiatives. And so we're very excited for everyone to be on the call today. If you're wondering, why did I get this invite to the call? Why did Adonis reach out? It's because I went through the Rolodex that I have on my side and I said, who would be a great contact in the Phoenix area? Who could help spread the word? Who has a really strong network? Who is a mover and shaker in the Phoenix community that needs to know about this? And so that's why we invited you today to learn more about this opportunity, hopefully to apply for a project and also to spread the word to your networks. Today, you're going to hear a little bit about the ChangeX portfolio that they've created specific to our Phoenix community. They've taken projects that have worked well in the past in our area, but also projects that have worked well in other communities that are going to be a good fit and overlay in the Phoenix community. A little bit about the Data Center Community Development Team and some other efforts that we have underway at the moment that I wanted to quickly share with you all. Also, for you to participate in or also to share with your networks. There's just 3 things that I wanted to share. The first one, it's called Better Block. So we do have another partnership with an organization called Better Block, and we are having an event in collaboration with the City of Avondale and the City of Goodyear on February 18th through the 20th. We are looking to essentially plug in a lot of energy to Western and Yuma, a place called Old Town, if folks are familiar with the Goodyear Avondale area. It's on Western and Yuma Street, right where they meet on Central. And so if you're available, interested, come check it out. Come visit us that weekend in that area. We're going to be there from Friday night all the way to Sunday afternoon. And then to overlay with that, we are planning a tree planting event on the Saturday morning as well. And so a lot happening the week of the 18th through the 20th. And then the last thing that I'll mention is that if anybody on the call did submit an application for our community empowerment funds, I'm currently on parental leave right now. I was more than happy to come back and be part of this meeting today. But as soon as I come back from leave, mid-January, we are going to review those applications and then let organizations know what the funding amount is for all our recipients. And so those were just the three kind of housekeeping items that I wanted to plug in the call. But out of respect for your time and out of interest for all things related to ChangeX, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back to Karen.
Adonis, thank you very, very much. I love the idea of you physically having a Rolodex, you know, on your table, on your desk. Like, does anybody have that anymore? I want one. Okay, anybody stuck for a Chris Kindle present for me for the holidays? You know what I'd like to have. So how amazing that you have all of that network of people to invite to today's launch, and we're definitely going to be hearing from some of them. But before we get into that, I'd like to invite Paul O'Hara. He's one of the co-founders of ChangeX. He's our CEO. And Paul, will you just explain to everybody who we are, what we do, and our role in this fantastic Microsoft partnership?
Sure. Thanks a million, Karen. Good day, everyone. I don't know what time zone everyone is in, but presumably most of you are in your morning in Phoenix. So good morning, Phoenix. I'm calling from Dublin in Ireland, so it's kind of almost evening time here. So thanks a million to Adonis. We launched our partnership with Microsoft in 2019, and our very first location was in Phoenix. So we're delighted to be on our third year now, and that partnership has spread to several cities across the US and a number more in Europe more recently. So it's very exciting for us to be continuing to hopefully have a meaningful impact in the Phoenix area. So for those of you who aren't aware of, familiar with ChangeX, we're a not-for-profit headquartered in Ireland, but with a US office in New York as well. And Leah, who's on the call, is based in the Bay Area. So we're kind of spreading our wings a little bit in the US as well. And the background to ChangeX was recognizing that there was all these amazing ideas that were bubbling up from different communities across the US and elsewhere in the world. And wouldn't it be great if those ideas that were proven to work were made easily accessible to communities elsewhere? So that was the idea behind ChangeX. Could we take all these great ideas from communities around the world and make them accessible to communities elsewhere? So it's effectively a platform then for connecting these proven innovations and related funding to getting them up and running with communities. So how it works is we curate and package replicable innovations like urban tree planting, for example, and then funding partners fuel local community teams to activate those. The local teams could be teenagers, friends, family, retirees, school teachers, whatever way you want to organize yourselves into teams to deliver on one or other of these projects. And then we, together with the local teams, measure and share the impact outcomes. That they might be social outcomes or environmental outcomes. So if we just jump on a slide there, I'll just give you a little bit of a headline of what happened over the past year. So the 2020 challenge saw $52,000 distributed to 22 projects around the region. You can see on a very small map there where the projects are located in the kind of Phoenix and greater Phoenix area. So there was a little over 1,000 people directly impacted by the projects. There was 155 team members mobilized around the 22 projects. So a really good effort from across the local community, and 14 different projects got activated. So I know that we're going to hear from a couple of those in a little while, Karen. So I won't get into any more detail. What I wanted to do just to close out was just to introduce you to the scope of the challenge for this year. So it's launching today. It's a $50,000 fund. The amounts for each of the projects range from $500 up to $5,500, depending on the nature of the project and effectively how much it costs to get it up and running. It's the Phoenix metro area is the geography it covers. We're hoping to finance up to 25 new projects this year around the themes of sustainability, digital skills, and community prosperity, which are three of the big priorities that Adonis outlined for the Microsoft Data Center Development Community Development Team. And so there's a portfolio of 16 innovations to choose from this year. And I know Niamh and Leah and some of the social innovators on the call will be going through those later on. So just a huge thank you again for your partnership. I'm really looking forward to hearing both about some of the teams that activated last year and some of the new social innovations that are being made available this year. But thanks a million to everyone and look forward to hearing more.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Paul. And yeah, you're spot on. We are actually going to hear from people, both the innovators, so the people behind the projects, and also the amazing people in your community, often volunteers who start the ideas in their local area. I've just gotten word in that both Sarah and Shelley are here from Playful Learning's Landscape, which is fantastic. Welcome, welcome. And you guys can, I don't know, flip a coin or do rock, paper, scissors, or whatever it is you need to do to decide who is going to talk on your behalf, or both of you. Whichever, it's grand. We'll make up the time. Brilliant. But before we get going, Paul just mentioned there that we had 22 projects through the portfolio and launching last year, which is incredible. And it was everything from community composting and coding and cleanups. So like all the C's and even the B's, isn't that right, Reid? So we're going to hear from people who started them in the area. And I would like to call up, if you're ready, please, Nancy Para-Quinlan, who started a first Lego League group in her local school. And Nancy, I hope I don't mortify you, but I also hope I totally do. Again, very, very Irish. Can I, on behalf of the whole ChangeX team and everybody on the call, congratulate you, because you are the Arizona State Teacher of the Year 2022. So listen, microphones off, people. This is definitely for a Bula Bus scale.
Thank you. Yes.
Amazing.
And I'm just excited to be talking with you today. My maiden name is O'Halloran, and so I'm an Irish girl, and then the Quinlan is also Irish. So I definitely, you guys are in my heart, and I'm excited that I was able to get some funding last year. So let me tell you a little bit about my project. I teach at Keno Junior High in Mesa, Arizona. And for those of you who are familiar with the term Title I school, we are a very Title I school. We are a very economically disadvantaged school. So we do not have the parents, the role models, the influx of excess money from donations and things like that. So when First Lego League told me about the opportunity to apply to ChangeX for a grant to get robots, I was beyond excited. A lot of the teams, we have a robotics competition team. We are the Keno Colts at our school, and so our team is the Robo Colts. The Robo Colts compete against a lot of other schools. We have this year's tournament is this Saturday, actually, no stress. And we were using an older robot. A lot of the more affluent schools had the more modern EV3 robots. I applied to ChangeX to try and get that robot for my students to level that playing field, so my students had the opportunity to participate in this competition at the same level as the schools that had more resources. It made such a difference for us. My students were excited to get this equipment. They were beyond floored to see it show up and then learn how to use it and then compete last year. It was it was amazing because one of the other things that I purchased with the money was a set from Lego that is based on space. And what you do in the first Lego League is there's these little missions that you have to do with your robot. Sorry, my husky, my therapy dog is here at school. Yeah, I have 2 therapy dogs running around. So when you said 2 dogs, I was like, I hope Olaf does not start howling, but he does. He loves being with the kids, and they're in the other room. Anyway, I digress. The kids found that using this robot and learning how to process and understand the use of the robot, it was really life-changing. When they work together, the collaboration that I see from them is terrific. The problem solving is great. I have a student who has been with me for 2 years in the program, and this year, Olaf wants to say hello. Hey, Olaf. Okay, yeah. He's a husky. He's needy. So what happened was this student was with me for 2 years because we're a 7th and 8th grade school. And this year she's at the high school, and she is now on the robotics team at the high school. She was interested in the program here at Kino and did it for the 2 years. And then when she went to the high school and they have the high school robotics team, she's like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. And now she's participating with the high school, the local high school. So it's very exciting to have had the opportunity. The application process was incredibly easy for me to go through. A lot of times when you apply for a grant, it can be jumping through hoops. And it's this paper, that paper, right? This many essays, right? And when you're a teacher, you don't always have a lot of time to do that in between, grading and teaching and everything else. So I'm really appreciative to ChangeX for everything that they provided for us. The funding really made a big impact on my school. So thank you so much.
Nancy, bravo. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you are very welcome. I'm delighted to hear the starter application was that easy, because we do recognize, there's stuff to be done, not filling out forms. And again, back to the thanks to Adonis and everybody else at Microsoft for making that funding available. Who knew when you sat down last year to put in that application that, it was going to be so transformative? And this young woman has gone on into high school to join a club that she probably had no sense of purpose around before. Like, that's amazing. Money well spent and well earned, Nancy. Bravo. So, Erin, I hope you're here. I can't ask you to raise your hand. If I was a teacher, that's what I'd be doing. Is Erin Boyd on shot? Is Erin Boyd here from Cycling Without Age?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Good morning.
Excellent. Excellent. Erin, welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great, and it's so wonderful to see this crew. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Neve. And good morning, Adonis, and everyone else. Just the ChangeX team has been so incredible. And I think I also saw that Pernilla is on the call, who's also been just an incredible resource from the Cycling Without Age Network.
Well, the floor is 100% yours, Erin. So I know that you started a Cycling Without Age group. I am personally really interested in this because this is something that is like a whole new concept to me. I'm 47 and a mom. So for me, it's cycling without effort is what appeals. So tell me more. Tell us what you did. And
incredible. Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar with Cycling Without Age, I heard about it and actually saw a TED talk from the founder of Cycling Without Age. It started in Copenhagen. And so Ole, the founder, was like riding his bike to work like everyone does in Copenhagen. And he saw this gentleman just kind of wistfully looking at him. So it was this older gentleman just watching him ride his bike to work. And he every day he saw him and he thought, what could I do? And so he actually brought a trishaw, kind of a pedicab rickshaw, and then just asked the man and said, hey, do you want to ride in the bike? And he said, that would be great. And then it's this beautiful story of Ole then making this friendship of this man in his 90s who could no longer ride a bike anymore because of his older age. And they formed this beautiful friendship. And so Cycling Without Age started as a way to build intergenerational friendships through the simple act of providing bicycle rides to the elderly and individuals without mobility to ride bikes themselves anymore. And so I think some of the best innovations are some of the most simple things, because they can have a really profound effect. And also the tagline got me. The tagline is "the right to the wind in their hair." Which I think is quite beautiful, and is really in honor of my grandmother, who actually sadly just passed this last week. She was a teacher also, so I loved hearing the story about the teacher. A teacher, she's an art teacher, an advocate, and always told me that anything I believed in, I should stand up for. And so the idea that it's just been incredible. So we had this idea, and it's just been magical. So we applied for the ChangeX concept. And then I found a woman, so I live in Tempe, Arizona, and I found a woman who works in the city of Tempe, who's worked in elderly care. So I love bicycles. She loves bicycles, but she had experience working actually with a home for hearing impaired and deaf older adults. So it was an elderly home for the deaf. And she said, I've been wanting to do this. And then so she teamed up, and then we heard about someone else who also heard about Cycling Without Age, who works for the transportation department for the city of Scottsdale. She joined our team. And then we launched actually a GoFundMe campaign, and we had over 150 community members who all donated. And then in addition to that, then we also submitted a proposal, in addition to the Microsoft funds and the community funds, to the Arizona Lottery, who also contributed funds to be able to buy the bicycle. So the bicycle has arrived. It came all the way from Europe. It's a specially designed bicycle that looks kind of like a pedicab that you might take at like a festival with a driver, but it's specially designed for older adults. So it kind of lifts down to the ground. It's like ADA accessible so that anyone can ride. And now we've built partnerships with the Hard of Hearing Elderly Home, as well as an amazing community center that has senior independence programs who are helping seniors stay independent longer. So they'll actually bus the seniors early to like their cards and luncheons that they have specifically to go for bike rides. And we've had over 30 volunteers sign up who have done training. And so now this is going to be a weekly installment at our local community center, the Escalante Community Center. And it's very beautiful. I think I saw a photo earlier from our photo shoot, the first that we did. And actually, it's a former mayor of Tempe, who is actually an Arizona congressman, came out to do the photo shoot because he was just so excited about this idea. So it's taking off really quickly. People already want to get another bike. But we're already having just a lot of fun with the bike that we have, and other people going out on bikes for rides alongside.
Erin, bravo. Congratulations. And, you know, I'm sure everybody agrees. We're really sorry to hear about your Nana. She sounds like an incredible human. And you know what I think you should do? I think you should call the bike after her, you know, get a really cool sticker made or something.
I think we will. I think we absolutely will.
Or something. 100%. That's really, really lovely. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I bet you there's going to be loads of people here wanting to follow suit. I think it's amazing, isn't it, how whether it's people starting an idea, like the innovators behind an idea, or the people that replicate them, it's always so driven by a personal experience. So if there's anybody on the call for whom they have something like that's right in front of them that they just want to fix, that they want to be the solution for and find the solution for, you are in the right place, because somebody somewhere has the answer. And if not, we're going to help you find it. Deal? Yes. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, there's lots and lots of other people that we're going to speak to in a moment. But for now, I'd like to bring in my colleague, Leah, who is going to talk through the process, the really simple. Nancy was kind enough to reference it. I'm pretty sure Erin did too. Just how easy it is to submit an application to the Microsoft Phoenix Community Challenge. So Leah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Karen. Yeah, it's so nice to meet all of you. Thank you for those beautiful stories. I want to start a Cycling Without Age group now in my community in California. So I'm going to walk you all through the detail on how the fund works. This is the landing page, a screenshot of the landing page, which has just gone live today. So we're so excited that you all are the first ones to see it. So how does it work and how do you apply? When you go to this page, you're going to see all the ideas with funding available, which we'll hear about next. you're going to just scroll down, select the idea that you want to start in your own community, and then we're going to take you through a 30-day challenge. So the 30-day challenge is a really simple few steps that you go through in order to unlock your funding, which include watching a video, having a call with one of our teammates. It could be me, it could be Neve, it could be anyone on our team. We'll ask you to form a team for your project so that you have support to get things started. We'll ask you to schedule your first team kickoff meeting, and then just share with us a team photo and share an action plan. So these steps were all developed by our team based on our experience working with community change makers. We found that teams who complete all of these, pretty simple steps in the first month are so much more likely to be successful in completing their project. So once you complete that 30-day challenge, you'll receive the first installment of your funding. As Paul mentioned, the funding ranges from $500 to $5,500, depending on the project you choose and how much funding is required to get it started. So that's it, and then you get your project started. After about 6 months, we'll get back in touch and ask you how things are going. We hope they're going super well, and we'll ask you to fill out a short impact survey and provide photo and text updates to us about your project. And then once you get this back to us, we release the final installment of funding so that you can continue your project, expand your project, whatever is best for you and your community. So who can apply? Both Microsoft and ChangeX really want this to be accessible to anyone and want to get resources to anyone who's passionate about making their community a healthier, more sustainable place to live. So anyone in the Phoenix Metro area can apply. You can be just an individual who's really passionate about one of these projects. You could be a nonprofit, you could be a community group, a school, really no restrictions there. And no matter who you are, we are here to support you. And then what do you get as part of this process? So the most important, I think, for most of you on this call is that you'll receive the funding. We will also send you a starter pack with a general guide on how to start community projects, as well as more specific info on how to start the project of your choice. You'll also have your own project page on the ChangeX platform, and of course you get support from us. So if you have any questions, either if you're considering applying or you're already through the application process and have questions, you can write into us or schedule a call, and we're really, really happy to help. We love meeting you. We love walking you through, any issues and solutions. I'm usually the one on the other side of our support email and support chat. So when you see my name at the bottom of the screen, you'll know who you're talking to. And if you have any specific questions on the process already, put them in the chat box like Karen said, and we'll try to answer them if we have extra time at the end.
Nicely done, Leah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, we told you it was easy as. So as Leah said, we have 14 amazing ideas. These are really proven, so we know they work, and there's teams of people behind each of these ideas as well to help you get your project up and running. So, 16, sorry, my apologies. I don't know where I was going with the 14. We have 16 ideas. Oh my God, it gets better and better. And before we go into the devil of the detail in the 16, we actually have a number of those innovators here with us today, a good 4 or 5. So don't take it from us, take it from them. So first up, who called heads and who called tails? Sarah or Shelley? It's you.
Wonderful. I can start, and Shelley can chime in with anything that I've left out. So wonderful to be here with you all this morning. My name is Sarah Lytle, and I'm the Executive Director of Playful Learning Landscapes Action Network, or PLAN. And it's our job to help communities create playful learning infrastructure and activities that exist in everyday spaces where children and families gather. And so we work with communities, with designers, with researchers, and we've really developed a method that allows communities to implement these playful learning spaces in their neighborhoods. And we know that these projects provide equitable access to high quality learning opportunities for children and families. We've done a lot of measurement and research, and as Karen says, these projects are proven. When we've measured the impacts of these projects, the impact of the playful learning opportunities on caregiver-child interactions, as an example, We find increases in language, especially math talk and social emotional talk. We find longer interactions between children and caregivers, and there's lots of joy in these interactions, which, all create the conditions under which children learn. And all of these components are so important for building what we call the 21st century skills, or the skills that kids are going to need to succeed moving forward. So if you're interested in creating a playful learning space in your community, the ChangeX platform, you're going to look on the ChangeX platform, you're going to look for our project called Urban Thinkscape. So really taking a space, an outdoor space in your neighborhood, and creating some playful learning installations that really inspire children and families to interact with each other. Shelley, did I miss anything, or do you want to add anything?
You didn't miss a thing, but I would add that this is part of a national and global initiative. It's sort of a movement to look at everyday spaces, as Sarah said, and really look at how our sidewalks, our walls, our playgrounds, our garage walls, whatever, can become vehicles for playful learning. And it's about, learning through joy. And so, we really are excited about every new member in the Playful Learning Landscapes Network.
Oh, fantastic. Learning through joy. That is a very, very good idea. I love it. Sure, listen, we have to look at the whole world through a different lens. Isn't that right, as we rock into 2022? So let's focus it through playful learning. Sounds really good to me. Now, Reid, I hope you're there and you're ready for the floor. Reid is all about pollination and bee-friendly farming. Dude, this is right up my street. Tell us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you hit it right on the money. Thank you so much. Really happy to be here. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, we are Pollinator Partnership. We're the world's largest nonprofit organization dedicated specifically to promoting pollinator health. Our mission is to promote the health of pollinators, which, as I'm sure you all know, are very critical to our food systems and to ecosystems as well, through conservation, education, research. Our initiatives include the North American Pollinator Protection Campaign, National Pollinator Week, and our eco-regional planting guides, which is probably one of our more famous outputs that we have, and I'm going to touch on that right now. So they're tailored to your specific area in the United States or Canada. We're working on expanding that. You can find out what eco-region you live in simply by entering your zip code or postal code, and you'll get a free guide that is tailored to the pollinators in your region. You can find lists of plant names that will attract pollinators, give them forage habitat, shelter, and feel free to print those out, bring them to your local nurseries or garden centers, and get planting. So our eco-regional planting guides are a wonderful way to start pollinator habitat. And what I really like about them is that we all have a role to play in protecting pollinators, whether it be just planting a couple of plants in your garden that are pollinator friendly, that's really going to make the difference. And if all of us are doing that, that really holds a lot of sway in the fight against pollinator decline. So one other program that I wanted to touch on is our bee-friendly farming program, which is a wonderful, fantastic, successful program that we've had. And it helps farmers create pollinator habitat on their farmland. A lot of farmers themselves are fantastic stewards for the environment, and so we feel that they should be recognized for the very, very critical and important work they do in that regard. So our bee-friendly farming program, BFF for short, works with farmers and beekeepers to improve the health of honeybees. So when you certify your farm, ranch, vineyard, or orchard, you receive recognition and consumer support, which is really fantastic. So consumers can know that they're supporting not only local farmers, but honeybees and other pollinators. So farmers, they do need to meet a number of criteria in order to become bee-friendly certified. And of course, we are partners throughout that entire process in making sure that they have all the materials, tools, and guidance that they need. There are currently 750 accredited bee-friendly farms across North America, and our goal in the next couple of years is to reach 2,000. So any farm, regardless of size, can be a bee-friendly farm, and we'd love to hear from you. Also, it's important, urban or rural farms, anywhere a farm exists, we'd love to get involved and help you create that pollinator habitat. So again, so happy to be here, and yeah, thank you all so much.
Reid, thank you so much. I see an absolute flurry of applications because everybody can do something. Start with a flower pot, a window, you know, anything. Doesn't have to be massive. We can all do something. So hats off to you on that. Now we have to go all the way back over to Ireland because Graham is up from Grow Remote. Where be you? Hello Graham, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you, Karen. Thanks everybody. My name's Graham. I'm a community facilitator from Grow Remote, connecting with you from Donegal in Ireland. So I'm working remotely and really delighted to be here with everyone. Who is Grow Remote? We're also a non-for-profit organization, and we're on a mission to enable us to work, live, and participate locally. How do we do this? We make it very simple. We make remote work, and when I say remote work, I mean full-time, decent, well-paid, pensionable employment, visible and accessible at a local level. I'm going to do a very quick quote from one of our co-founders, Tracy Keogh. Remote employment has the power to radically transform our communities, and that's socially and economically. But there are real challenges in bridging the gap between remote work and local impact. And we believe that everyone should be empowered with the tools and the resources that their local communities need to thrive. So we make what we know public, and we help our community members every step of the way when it comes to building a local community. Community is really at the heart of what we do, and local community groups and leaders that are empowered and enabled through the ChangeX platform, who've not only been with us from day one, but they also empower our local chapters so that we can have that social and economic impact. Local chapters have one of four specific goals: getting local people employed through full-time work, attracting local people to the local area that have previously moved away or wish to come back. We also facilitate local connection for remote workers, and think about remote worker meetups for coffees or forest walks, or facilitating local participation with other community groups that everybody's talked about today. And the fourth pillar would be about increasing awareness and support for the utilization of local assets, such as digital hubs or co-working spaces or community spaces that help connect remote workers together. So this year in Ireland, we've already seen the massive benefit that a community fund can have locally. We've seen local chapters use funding to really home in on their strategic and their individual chapter goals. We've seen community apps developed. We've seen local events hosted. I mentioned forest walks before that. We've seen events and book clubs, bookshops about driving awareness of remote work and sharing the resources that we in local chapters have that have helped real people get real jobs. And that's the impact that we want to have on local communities. So in the States, we have over 20 chapters already that have access to everything our platform and we have. But the fund here today is a great opportunity for those in the area to take that to the next level. And I really encourage you and invite you to connect with us, find out more about the power of how remote can have a positive impact in your local community, apply for the funding, and together let's make remote employment local and benefit your local community. Thanks very much.
Nice, Graham. Bravo. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, listen, I wouldn't be here if remote working wasn't a thing, and I am eternally grateful that ChangeX has a remote working principle, because, you know, this is how we roll. And I also know that if I wasn't able to work remotely, I couldn't volunteer in local organizations, because the time I spent doing the stuff out there is the time I'd be spent, you know, in the car going mental. There's only so many Spotify, you know, lists I can listen to. Anywho, just saying, Paul, Niamh, and everybody else, when we come to remote working, I'm going to be in Phoenix on the 18th to the 20th of February, working / planting trees / whatever else Adonis has up his sleeve. So, you know, Grow Remote in action. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Deadly. Now, you might have noticed in the chat function there was some CWA love going on between Pernille and Erin. So, Pernille, if you are here, can you come and talk to us about cycling without age? and get everybody else ready to have the wind in their hair.
Yes, hey everybody. I'm so disappointed that my camera isn't working. I'm sitting here and I want to, talk to you all and be really present. So that's too bad. But actually, if I can share my screen, is that possible? I thought that maybe I could try to I found a picture that I wanted to show you guys.
Now, not sure about the sharing of the screen. I'm going to say if you can ping it in the chat box, that would be good. Is that possible, Niamh? Oh, somebody.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I can do that.
Ignore me, Pernille. Honestly, not the right person to answer a technical question. So somebody said it. Bravo.
So did it work?
Yeah, beautiful.
Are you seeing a picture of two bikes?
Yes, I am, and some 5 happy heads.
Great. Okay, yeah, because I thought, I want to show you guys something. I just want to say quickly that thank you to all of you, and I want to say thank you to so many of you guys on this call. And Nancy, you inspire me so much with helping a school like yours and being the best teacher. And I just think that's really inspiring and lovely. And I'm very happy and proud to be in the company of such good people. And I'm calling in from Copenhagen, and I just want to encourage everybody to also spread the word about cycling without age, because I just do believe that we can definitely help making communities more closely knit and slow down the pace a little bit. That's one of our guiding principles, is slowness. And we are also, kind of at the same time promoting, of course, more climate-friendly transportation systems, promoting bicycles instead of cars, promoting accessible cities and the SDGs. And, of course, we're all, doing all that we can on this call, I know, to make a change. So thank you for the opportunity. I want to tell you that you guys in Phoenix, I think that we already have an affiliate of Cycling Without Age there who might apply for funds. And I'm already reaching out to our existing affiliates in Phoenix, and I think definitely more will come. Yeah, so thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to continuing the relationship. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Pernille. Yeah, that is fantastic. Nancy, only totally putting you on the spot, so feel free to say thanks, but no thanks. Would you give us a quick intro to First Lego League? Are you there? Maybe she needs to take that beautiful husky out for a walk. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll zoom on. We are going to invite Niamh and Leah to do a kind of like quick whistle-stop tour through the other innovations. Is that okay, guys? In your best speedy Cork accents? Not.
Sounds good. Yeah, I can go first. So I'll just give you an overview of 4 of the other projects that are available. So the first one's Hour of Code. This helps introduce students to computer science by providing 1-hour computer programming activities. And this is available for kids as young as kindergarten all the way up through high school. What I think is amazing about this project is that you actually don't need any background in coding to run these activities. Some don't even require computers, so a really accessible way to introduce students to computer science. The next one is Repair Cafes, which are free meeting places where people come together to repair things as a team, as a community. If you choose to start this project, you'll just want to find a community meeting space, gather tools and materials that you might need to repair things for your neighbors. It's an amazing way to reduce waste, to build community, have people come together, and keep items out of landfills. The next one I'll talk about is community composting, which involves gathering people together in your community to divert food waste, yard trimmings, any other organic matter that you may think of, keep them out of the landfill, and instead compost them as a community. So this would involve sending organic matter to composting facilities, which can really lower emissions, and finding ways for your community to compost can have huge positive impacts on our planet. So highly recommend someone look into that if you are interested in composting. And then the last one that I'll talk about for you all is Community Fridge, which is a way to redistribute food waste to those in need. So community fridges are communal places where surplus food is shared with the local community, either by gathering it from local businesses, gathering from individuals. And it's a really great way to help people connect to your community while also helping people access nutritional food, save money, of course, and reduce waste. Over to you, Neve.
Thanks a million, Leah. Hi, everyone. My name is Neve from the ChangeX team. And yeah, just to clarify, we have 16 ideas here, but there's 3 different First Lego League programs for different age groups of kids. So that's just a little bit of confusion because we have 14 images here, but there are 3 different First Lego League ideas that schools or community organizations can choose from. So yeah, I'm going to start with Girls Who Code. And Girls Who Code is an international nonprofit working to close the gender gap in technology. So supporting and equipping young women and girls across the US to work and enjoy technology. And I know that we had a Girls Who Code club start in Phoenix last year. So hopefully we might see more of those this year. And then, yeah, sticking with school programs, the next one is Recycle Across America. So again, it's a US nonprofit who are supporting students in schools to recycle right, but also to help schools to save money. So I know recycling sounds like a very basic and simple thing, but there is still a lot of confusion and a lot of people still don't know exactly how to do it right. And Recycle Across America is trying to solve that by equipping schools to help their students to learn how to recycle right and then to bring that knowledge out into the world. And then the next one is Open Orchard. So we've mentioned tree planting already today, but Open Orchard is all about planting fruit trees. So whatever fruit trees grow in your community, I think in Phoenix, it's things like orange trees and peach trees, and I'm sure there's more. But yeah, communities coming together to create an orchard, plant fruit trees that will both beautify the neighborhood, but also provide fresh fruit to those that need it in the community. And then lastly, river cleanup, which I know quite a few of these happened across the Phoenix area last year. And this is all about identifying a waterway or a river that needs to be cleaned, building a team of people who do that. And this can happen kind of every month or even just one big once-off event to remove waste and try and clean up the waterways. So yeah, I think that's it from me, Karen.
Lovely. Thank you, Neve. So we just have a few minutes left, right? And this is one of the most important parts of today's launch. So what I would love to hear from everybody on the call is which of these amazing ideas, either the ones you've just heard from directly with the social innovators or from Leah and Neve, which ones are making you excited? Like your heart's beating a little bit faster, the notes you've taken are specific, already your brain has gone to think, I know exactly who, where, when, this is totally going to happen, bing, bang, bosh, 30-day challenge, done. Right, so in the chat, tell me, who's going to do an open orchard? Who's going to do a cycling without age? I want to know. And then the other thing that I'm really keen to hear from you all about, and I'm going to put Nancy, if she's back from her walk, Erin, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who in your network are you going to bring this to the attention of? Okay, so let's apply the spirit and the principle of abundance. Let's apply the learning and the playing with joy, and let's make somebody's day by sending them an email, a WhatsApp message, a post on Instagram, I don't know, a carrier pigeon, whatever floats your boat. Tell them that this is there, that there's $50,000 thanks to Microsoft to get these amazing ideas up and running in their community, because it's going to make somebody's day. Yeah, there's somebody somewhere in a classroom, in a community hall, at work, at home, who are like, there's no thing for my kid in the area. I want my girls to learn how to code. Oh my God, I can't cope with the food waste. Wow, how amazing it would be to greenify that area. Oh my God, our river definitely needs a clean. There's somebody somewhere that you know sitting there who needs to hear about this. Okay, so who are you going to contact? Who do you know through work, school, church, life, random or on the street, somebody you went out on a date with? You all know them. You all know them. You all have that Rolodex that Adonis talked about at the start, even if you don't know it. So if you feel brave and you want to make a commitment, because there's nothing like putting pen to paper or fingers to a board, who's going to do what? Erin, Nancy, are you there? Can you give us a little share? Who, or Shelley? Who would you give a shout out to? Oh, look at all these lovely people. Brenda's going to do the Pollinator Partnership. Yes. Erin, the Escalante. And
Yeah,
Allegra?
Allegra Neighborhoods. They're the community association where we already have Cycling Without Age, but they have an amazing community garden, and I know that they're going to love several of these innovations. So I'm going to make sure they all know about it.
Okay, fantastic. Cara is going to hang out with the community education team with several of these. I love it. I love the several, multiple. No messing around here, I can tell you, in Phoenix. You know, I love meeting you guys, right? And I do a little bit of research when I work out where we're going and what fund we're going to launch in. So I'm sure you all know this, yeah? But like Phoenix is known as the Valley of the Sun. Like, how amazing is that? Well, I can tell you, it's not the rays of the sunshine that are giving me all this energy. It's you humans. Like, just amazing. I can't wait. Who here wants to be on this call next year sharing their story? Yeah. Who's going to be that person? See? Nodding, nodding, nodding. Yeah. Yes. Praneed is going to do all of them. Praneed's going to do all of the innovations and combine them with riding bikes. I don't know how you're going to clean a river on a bike, but hey, I look forward to the photo. Who else is going to do some cool stuff? I can see Jody, yes, Jen, the STEM innovations are so exciting. Right, good. Okay, we have run out of time and my colleague is starting to join the call. Again, my apologies. So, Adonis, is there anything that you would like to add as a final farewell? Good luck.
I just want to say that I love the energy. I love the projects, and I'm excited for this year. If anyone wants to reach out and learn more, I extend an opportunity to reach out via email, either to me or anyone on the ChangeX team for more information. I actually just saw an email come through on the back end on my side asking about further information, and so I may be a little bit slow to respond personally. As I mentioned, I am on leave. However, I'm happy to connect you with all the information that you need. Please spread the word across the greater Phoenix area. We want to get as many communities, as many individuals and teams involved as possible. And so thank you, ChangeX team. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. And like I said, I'm just excited for all of it.
Fantastic.
Just to jump in there, Karen, like Adonis said, spreading the word is much appreciated. And we will share a communications pack with you all that are on the call so that you can take some suggested social media posts and pictures and newsletter paragraphs and just spread the word with whoever you think might be interested in your community. So watch out for that email coming from Adonis.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think on that note, I wish you well. Have a glorious day in Phoenix. It's gone a little bit dark and dreary here, but that's okay. It's meant to, because it's like, I don't know, 5 p.m. So have an amazing day. Thank you so much for giving your time and your energy. And you know what, if it's okay, Erin, I think we should say goodbye in the spirit of your Nana. You can and you will. Let's get to it. All right, people? Be well. Can't wait to read your applications.
Thank you all.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Karen.
Bye, team.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.